What if a vast Chinese fleet sailed across the Pacific in the 1400s and landed on the shores of North America long before Columbus? Imagine an alternate timeline where empires shift, continents change, and the very idea of America is rewritten. Stay with me, because this story will change the way you see history. Welcome back to Battle Paradox. Today, we dive into one of the most fascinating what-if scenarios of all time. What if the Ming Dynasty of China explored and actually settled North America in the early 15th century? We'll mix real history, plausible speculation, and cinematic storytelling to build a world that almost could have been. In real history, Admiral Zheng He's treasure fleet sailed across the Indian Ocean between 1405 and 1433. But what if one voyage took a different path, east instead of west? Let's find out what would have happened if China had reached America first. The Ming fleet was enormous. Tens of thousands of sailors, massive ships, and the world's most advanced navigation. Officially, they never reached the Americas. But what if one expedition secretly crossed the Pacific? Some old maps and legends even hint that Chinese navigators might have reached the western coasts of the Americas centuries ago. So let's imagine this alternate reality. The year is 1422. The emperor orders a secret voyage to explore unknown waters, a daring mission beyond the edge of every known map. After months at sea, storms, and endless horizon, the fleet spots a rugged coastline, the Pacific Northwest of modern-day America. They land, and what they find is a rich, fertile world filled with forests, rivers, and life. They build a settlement, part fortress, part port, a blend of Chinese architecture and local design. They trade with indigenous tribes, share crops and technology, and for the first time, Asia and the Americas connect. Not through Europe, but directly across the Pacific. Imagine pagoda rooftops rising beside redwood trees and Chinese junks anchored in quiet American bays. This one decision, to stay, changes everything. Trade explodes. Spices, silk, and metal flow east, while maize, tobacco, and gold travel west. Cultures merge. Indigenous knowledge meets Chinese innovation. Irrigation, astronomy, medicine. But soon, word spreads across oceans. Europe hears whispers of a Chinese colony in a new world. And when Spanish explorers arrive a century later, they find not an empty shore, but an organized, powerful settlement already thriving under Chinese banners. Conflict becomes inevitable. Spanish ships approach the coast. They demand to claim the land in the name of their king. The Chinese refuse. Cannons roar across the Pacific waves. The first great transoceanic war begins, not between Europe and native peoples, but between two empires meeting for the first time. Back in China, the emperor learns of victory. Spain defeated, alliances secured with native tribes. The Ming Dynasty decides to expand, turning its attention eastward, not inward. And from that moment, the Pacific becomes China's ocean. Now imagine the modern world shaped by that choice. The west coast of America becomes the heart of a Chinese-influenced civilization. San Francisco, Los Angeles, Seattle, their names, their cultures, their languages, all different. Maybe Mandarin becomes the second language of the continent. Maybe the American flag itself carries Eastern symbols. The balance of world power flips centuries early. The Cold War? It might never happen the way we know it. The world's technological race could have begun 400 years sooner. A global network of trade connecting Asia and America, long before Europe caught up. Now, let's separate fact from fantasy. Zheng He's voyages were real. His ships were real. His ambition was unmatched. But the Pacific crossing? That's speculative. There's no concrete evidence of Chinese colonies in America. Still, It's not impossible. One change of wind, one decision by a single emperor, and the course of human history might have turned completely. That's the paradox of history. Tiny choices create enormous ripples. What if one of those ripples reached all the way to you? It's 1495. Spanish explorers sail toward California. They expect untouched shores. Instead, they see massive Chinese ships in the harbor, silk banners fluttering in the wind, and indigenous warriors standing beside Chinese soldiers. The Spanish commander orders fire. The Chinese respond. The first great Pacific battle rages at sunset. In this alternate history, the outcome reshapes continents. A Chinese-American alliance that changes everything. So, what if China really had discovered and colonized America first? Our culture, our language, our world, all would look unrecognizable today. History is fragile. One voyage could have rewritten it all. If this story made you think, hit like, share it, and subscribe to Battle Paradox. We explore the alternate timelines that could have been, and might still shape what's coming next. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay questioning, and I'll see you in the next paradox.